We got our first client and the client was like, okay, send me an invoice. A what? Okay. Google, what is an invoice? Look up an invoice template. Oh, this thing looks really boring. We're supposed to be like a creative studio. This is just a spreadsheet. If we want to be known as this creative collective, which is the language we were using to describe ourselves at the time, then every single thing we put out into the world needs to reflect that. And I was obsessive about that. So I sat down in InDesign and I created this invoice that like was kind of funny. It had this path of a little sort of dotted path. Think of a scene in an Indiana Jones movie. And there was like a question mark at the top with like a circle around it of like, what is this invoice for? And then there was always a message at the invoice that was a little note from us. But I would obsess over these little details that probably nobody ever saw. One of my business partners at the time did eventually say, stop doing that. You're like, yes, it's very cute, but go do something else. Take all of that energy and point it at something that's going to be a little more fruitful. Now I'm going to therapize myself. I think what was happening was I was getting really obsessed about these details because there was just an enormous amount of stress that was happening in this business with these big clients that were really intimidating. I loved doing these little things because they felt like I was accomplishing something, but I wasn't. I was putting all of my energy into these tiny things that very few people would see or even really care about.